Welcome, fellow magical folk.
Thank you for joining us today on the Cauldron Chat, where we will sit down and have a conversation with our contributors about their work on the Potions Brewbook, their experience, and just to get to know them better. We are your hosts, Potion Master Humanbob
and Potion Master Yelhsa, the mods of the Potions Brewbook, a collaborative cookbook containing various potions of all kinds created by our lovely contributors. And today we have our amazing Potion Illustrator Cristina. Thank you for joining us today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you for having me. Hi, I'm Cristina Anaya. I'm a Spanish illustrator and also kind of a writer and a translator. And yeah, so I am a translator illustrator for this scene, and very excited to be working for the scene for you guys having me here.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you too. Honestly, tell me a little bit more about the fact that you're also a writer and a translator.
I mean, okay, translating is like my actual degree, what I actually do, what I'm studying for.
Okay.
And writing is just another hobby, like also art. I just like doing things, and apparently I like doing lots of things.
That's good.
I love that.
That's
a very active person, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
That. Do you write like both in Spanish and English, like in different languages?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I write both in English and Spanish depending on what I'm writing for.
Ooh. We're going to go into our flash questions.
Yes.
Let's do this. Ready?
Yeah, sure, ready, whenever.
I'll go do the first one, which is actually perfect because we're going to ask, do you play D&D? If so, name one of your characters.
I do play D&D. I play D&D and I'm also a DM occasionally. I play other systems as well, but like Anima, which is kind of like more of a Spanish system. But yeah, one of my characters is a dwarven bard named Dasra Harish. And she's just amazing. And actually, she's based in Marquette from Critical Role, because why not? Yeah, we did like a mini campaign based on Critical Role, and my character's from Ankarel.
Oh my gosh!
Cool.
So it's not just your fan art that you base on Critical Role. It's also some of your like D&D campaigns.
Yeah, some. It has been mostly a couple one-shots in this mini campaign. There are others that I have that are not based and are completely different from Critical Role, but like it has been like a kind of like a rekindling of like art, but also passioning to writing and creating characters, and it's just so good. And that's it.
Oh, yeah.
How many campaigns have you done?
Awesome.
Campaigns, full-on campaigns. There have been like 4 or 5. Some of them like we haven't completed because I used to play when I was in university.
Oh, all right. I'll ask you the next question. Do you do any magic-related cosplays? If so, name one of the cosplays you've done and describe it.
I wouldn't say I do like a lot of cosplay. I've done a couple. And not necessarily magical related, like the latest, I would say, cosplay that I did was Marceline from Adventure Time. It's like the most kind of magic related that I would say I did.
That's a good one. I love Marceline from Adventure Time.
Oh, I do too. She's my favorite. I love her so much.
Yeah, the Vampire Queen, yes. Marceline.
Man, I miss that.
Oh, for sure. It's one of my favorite shows, and the fact that it's over is just so sad, and I miss it so much.
Alright. Yelhsa, you want to ask the next 2 questions?
Yeah, so how many milliliters are in a liter?
1,000.
Oh, yeah. And what do you call a group of cats?
Can you repeat that?
What do you call a group of cats?
A bunch
Shit,
of
I don't
cats. Oh my gosh, Cristina! One of your potions is about a cat.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, oh boy. I'm in trouble.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's okay. It's called a clouder.
Don't.
Oh my god! How was I expected to know that? Like, I don't know how.
That.
What?
No one has
What in
gotten
the
that
world?
question right.
Hey, that's why these are flash questions. They are
Yeah, for
challenging too.
Yeah, no one's gotten it right yet,
Yeah.
so I mean.
They're mean.
Yeah.
They're mean.
Good effort though. Good effort though.
There was no effort.
There was no effort.
Last time, oh my gosh, in Emil's interview, he said, "My friends," as an answer. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
But that's adorable, though.
Yeah, right? Do you have any cats?
I don't have any pets.
Okay.
It is me. If my sister counts, sometimes, yeah.
I mean, honestly. Next question. What potion would you be, Cristina?
Ooh, I think for sure I would be like Invocation of Thorns. I know that's one of the ones that I worked on, but it's one of the ones that I see myself more as. It's like a little bit prickly at first, but then you get to know her and it's like, oh, actually there's more to that.
Oh.
Yeah, I do like that one.
Yeah.
The thorns and the steam, really nice.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was like a diffuser
Yeah.
in there, right? Yeah, with
kind of like that.
Yeah.
I actually kind of love that because it's like, yeah, you're prickly on the outside, but then you let off this very relaxing steam, so it's like not what it looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, how would you describe your art style?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I would describe it sort of like a mix of like cartoony and realistic. Because my art is like most people that know me and look at my art are like kind of an American comic style, but while also being a little bit more realistic than that, because you cannot call my art style manga style at all, I don't think. But yeah, because I focus a lot on making proportions actually more realistic. Not that there's anything wrong with anything other than it's just that I can't personally do that because it looks wrong somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would describe it more a mix of cartoony and realistic and contrasty.
Contrasting.
Yeah, because I try to make it look contrasting in that I use a lot of different range of colors and saturated colors.
Oh, okay.
So much so that the conversion to CM white gives me a lot of trouble every single time.
Yeah, I did notice that because like you're getting familiar when like the bowl is a very distinct color from the rest of the piece.
Yeah, it's like, and because I work on RGB all the time, it's like very vibrant, and then I convert it, and it's like, where did all of the color go?
Seem like he really messes up with that,
I am not an artist at all, so I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But hey, that sounds like it sucks.
No, it does, but you know, it takes a little bit of finagling with the settings and stuff, but then we get it to work. But it's
Yeah.
a little bit of a shock every time. It's like, oh my
Mhm.
god.
Yeah.
And I know that like Google Drive and Discord, whenever you post it on there, like
Oh, yeah.
sometimes the colors look super
Yeah, yeah. I posted
saturated
mine
too.
to like the final server,
Mhm.
and I posted the converted versions first, and I was like, wait, the colors got so distorted, and the getting
Yeah.
familiar piece looks so blue. And I was like, wait, but this piece originally is very yellow. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And
Oh
so I
my
deleted the
God.
message, and I was like, no, I'm posting the PNG versions here.
Yeah.
Because it was a mess.
Oh man, how lovely is posting art? And like all of these different conversions and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
whole obstacle.
Yeah.
Yelsa, you want to tell her the last two flash questions?
All right. Can you spell your name backwards?
I can try. ANITSIRC.
Whoa!
You
I
did
think
that
that's
way
correct.
faster than I was expecting.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna like pause, be like AN IT, because like that's what I would do. But then you were just like,
I know
no.
my name.
Yeah, I know mine too,
Oh my
but
gosh.
I mean,
It's like I've done it a couple of times in Spanish. It's just the translating into English in my brain that takes a little bit of work.
yeah. Wow, that was
baby.
way quicker.
Yeah. And your name is also like pretty long too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
brava.
thank you.
Dang.
I had to make up for the cat question.
True, and you made up for it exceedingly
Yeah.
well.
I'm glad for it.
Alright, and the last one is, what is your favorite thing?
My favorite thing as in general?
Yep.
Oh boy. I would say inking pens.
Inking pens.
For no reason in particular other than it's so satisfying whenever I do traditional art. It's just, I love working with inking pens.
Oh.
It's just even when like working with watercolors or any other medium, I always add an inking process because it also reflects what my digital art looks like, and so I love like giving it that look of like an inking. I also love writing with them, so yeah. What?
Ooh. Do you ever post those art pieces that you ink with?
I posted I think it was last year that I did Inktober, which now is a very controversial thing to talk about. But yeah. I did Inktober last year, but it is everything is posted on the internet.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love the fact that you mentioned that you could also write with ink pens and that you love doing that. It's like, that's really cool actually, that you can do both. You can just switch between the two.
Yeah. Both brains give me a lot of trouble, but interconnected, they give me a lot of creativity to the table.
For ink pens, do you mean like the fancy ones that are like, I don't know how you explain them, but like they have the fancy tip thing?
Yeah,
or is it just like regular pens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally,
Gotcha.
for Inktober last year, I did use like regular inking pens, but last year we also went to Italy, and I bought myself a very fancy fountain pen, like artisanal, made with wood and some Italian ink, and it is so nice and very different in tips. The man who sold it to me, a very nice Italian man.
Ooh.
So nice to talk to. This man
my
was a saint,
gosh.
and he like explained to me how to work it and how to switch between the different tips, and it is so nice. It is the nicest thing that I've ever owned.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh. Your favorite thing to own, eh?
Possibly, yeah.
Nice. All right, we're gonna go into the actual interview. Woo.
All right.
So, first question: what are your thoughts and experiences with Witchcraft?
My experience with Witchcraft is mostly from fictional works. I have experience with tarot decks. I own a couple of them, but I do readings occasionally. But like for myself, I've never done readings for anyone else, and mostly I use them for writing purposes. But I'm not like a Wiccan practitioner or anything. Most of the stuff that I know is just fictional.
Oh, okay. So you have a lot of experience with tarot decks, reading for yourself, and fictional witchcraft, like
Yeah,
reading
that's
stories?
mostly what from like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, and also like games like Skyrim and Witcher, sort of stuff like that.
The Witcher. Oh, I love that. I love The Witcher. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
The
such a
TV
great
show is
game.
awesome.
It was.
So do you take a lot of that as inspiration for your potions?
Oh, for sure. I took them into account very, very much, but also bearing in mind that most of the potions in this cookbook are more like practical uses and everyday uses, and not like I'm gonna fucking breathe fire right now. And that sort of, I love that this cookbook took the direction of being more of a everyday use of potions, because at first when I heard about the project, I thought it was going to take more of the fictional routes and make a lot of magical potions of like fire breathing or enlarging potions or whatever, but it took more of a route that I didn't think it was going to be explored, but I love it. I love that we got to work on potions that we can use in everyday life for the most part.
For sure. It's more of like the feeling of breathing fire instead of actually breathing fire.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
because there is a potion that's like something about dragon's breath. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, dragon's breath.
Yeah, you remember?
That one's really cool. That one's really cool.
Definitely. And it's like all about the confidence of breathing like a dragon, you know? So instead of like actually breathing dragon, it's like focusing on the feeling of it, and that's just as empowering.
Yeah, for sure. And it brings all the power without having to burn your table.
Yeah. That is correct.
Yelhsa, you want to ask the next one?
All right. So what was your experience like in the project, and what did you like about being a part of it?
Well, I'd say my experience was enlightening and very, very much such a fun experience and such a good project to work on. I know I was like not very active in the Discord server. It happens every single time. It's like not my fault. I'm so much of a lurker that I'm just not active in any server at all. I'm just like looking in every single conversation without participating. But it was so much fun watching everybody get so into the process and of making everything, and watching all the pieces and all the work in progresses come to life, and it just fueled me to kind of work even more on my pieces, to kind of bring the same energy that everybody was bringing to the project, including you mods, because the amount of work that you guys have put into this scene, like, it's insane, and I don't even know how you guys did it in are doing it, bringing even these interviews to life on top of everything else is just so cool and amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, like honestly, I find that a lot of the work, like even with you guys, because you guys spent a lot of time like collaborating, brainstorming, and all that. It's like so fueled by passion.
Yeah, for sure, passion is one word that I would say. Yeah, because it is so different from any other scenes where it's like mostly collaborating with nobody. You bring your own idea to the table and then you get approved for it and then you work on it. But it was so nice to have like other people work on the same thing and each having our own ideas and bringing everything together for a final potion. It was so nice to have that.
So then, what was it like working in your groups?
Oh, my groups were all wonderful, and it was so nice, like hearing what the chefs wanted and what the writers were doing, so that I could go in like, okay, what about this design? And they were like, okay, can you do this, but make it, because for example, for the what was it? For the dream divination piece, for example, at first I had the idea of making like more of a fancy oil bottle, but I had a concept of like a normal modern oil bottle, and everybody like in the group was more attracted to the modern one because it was like for more practical use, because I do have like some fancy bottles but I never use them. They're more like for show, and because it was more of a practical use of the potion, it's like this makes so much sense. Like, yeah, but on my own, I probably would have chosen the more fancy looking bottles. And this is why it's so nice to have other people like look at your progress and be like, hey, maybe take this direction, and it's like, oh yeah, it makes so much more sense. Yeah.
Oh dang. That is awesome. And like, yeah, it's definitely really nice to have that like board back. And you guys seem very communicative too.
Oh, for sure, because you want this to work, and if there is no communication, there is no way that everybody can leave satisfied. And this is like a mindset that I go into every group project, even like outside of scenes for schoolwork or anything else. I'm one of those people that is like, hey, if you guys are not happy with something that I'm doing or that any other people are doing in the project, then you have to say it, because the project would be much better if we all are happy with it.
Yeah, this is 100%.
Yeah. So, what was your thought process like behind your piece?
My thought process was a little bit chaotic in the sense that first, because I haven't done a lot of object work in my art, and most of the object work that I have done has always taken like a secondary position into a piece. Like it's not the focus of a piece, it's mostly the characters, and maybe there's objects in like the foreground or the background, but never as the focus. And so I had to take a different approach into like, okay, so how do I bring them into the actual focus? Because for example, for the Getting Familiar piece, because there was a kitty, or I wanted to have a kitty involved. At first, one of the concepts that I had, the cat was so much more in the focus of the piece that I was like, this is gonna get everything, and it's gonna get the view away from the potion, which should be the focus. So I rearranged it to have the kitty like looking over the table, like
yeah.
So yeah. My process was like, because I didn't want to get away from like my style of illustration, because I know that there are many different styles in this scene, and so many people have done it like an actual like it would be a photo for a cookbook, or like the ingredients scattered around a page, and I love that, but I didn't want to lose my personal style, and I was like, how can I bring the focus of my illustrations and the style to this? And so I worked it to like be like, okay, so maybe we can have the final product of the potion and the ingredients scattered around like maybe the space of the person making the potion. So it's like
Ah.
it's like it would be like a specific space that you would make them in, and they are different kinds of spaces. Like one is a kitchen, or one would be your bedroom or your workspace even. Like
That's so fascinating.
Oh my gosh.
That is
Now
so
that I'm
cool.
looking at your pieces,
Yeah.
and like after you telling me that, I can see the thought process behind it. Like,
Yeah.
it's
brings
true.
A whole
Like there's
different perspective. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like the implication one. Yeah, it looks like a work, an office. Yeah,
yeah.
an office, and then there's like potentially a kitchen, potentially a living room. Well, that is really cool. I really
Yeah,
like
and
how
I
you.
didn't want it to make it very specific. So like if the person looking through a cookbook sees it, like they could see themselves making the potion. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, so I made them less specific in that way, because I could have made it look like more of a specific kitchen in some places or a specific living room, and I was like, okay, maybe shift the focus a little bit, so like maybe we can see a hint of a window and a hint of a bookshelf and stuff. So it's very much like impersonal, so you can set yourself into the piece.
That's cool, because like one of my favorite things was the backgrounds in your pieces. Those were the things that were like something I really love, so that gives it a whole different perspective. That's really cool.
Yeah. Whoa, Cristina, oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Thank you.
Love that, seriously. What did you like about your piece and your pieces and our potion?
Oh, I'd say like the things that I like is that, again, they are very practical and you can make them in real life. Like for example, I've tried like making the Invocation of Thorns ones. It smells so nice. It's so nice. Oh my god.
For a second there, I thought you were just gonna stop at it smells.
No, oh my god, no. If anything, oh my god, if it smelled, like actually just smelled, oh my god, I would hate it so much for that to be a thing. But yeah, no, it does smell really nice, and it is a very nice tea, actually.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, it looks like really aromatic.
It is, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to.
Yeah, I really recommend it.
Yeah? Yeah. Oh.
I do.
What about your dream divination, your get familiar?
Well, like again, it's what drew me is like they're very practical and very everyday use, like I said, but also like apart from that, it takes that and takes it to a different level of like, oh, I didn't know that you could add things to oil, for example. It's like just on your own, because normally if you buy a bottle of like essential oil or whatever, it's like already made, but you can fudge with it and maybe like a little bit of roses and rose oil and make it nicer and customize it. And it's like, this is bringing me a whole different level of things. And also, for sure, thinking about like if you have a pet, for sure you can like make your own food for them. And it's so nice thinking about like the practicality of them, but also bringing them a magical touch that I think I wanted to reflect in my pieces, that they could be like seen as an everyday scene for someone, but also like a magical touch, for example, for the Invocation of Thorns, with like this theme having little thorns in the smoke, because I wanted that kind of like hint at, hey, maybe this is not your everyday cup of tea. Exactly. So I liked working on those because it pushed me to like think outside the box of like how I normally do art.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, maybe I can think of a way to hint at the magic of the potion without actually putting any like sparkles or anything about them, you know?
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
So like it seems like it challenged you not just in art, but also like in mixing things, like making things, making chi and stuff like that. And also brings you outside, like makes you think outside of the box in terms of like the uses of it too.
Yeah, for sure, because normally I think of my art in like, I don't even have to think about it, because normally I like, if I do fan art of a specific scene that has happened already, that I don't really have to think about it a lot. I just kind of bring my own personal touch and like, okay, well, how are they positioned in the scene or whatever. But here, because I was forced to like put the focus into objects and stuff, I wanted to bring sort of the story around them in a way that it was telling, but also not the focus. So like I said, with having each piece be set in a different room or a different house, is kind of bringing the story to the piece without having to have a character in the piece.
Right.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
So we could kind of tell that your favorite, and you did tell us that your favorite is the invocation.
Kinda, a little bit. Like I love all three of them, but that one like it's a little bit more special to me. It's like not particular.
Yeah.
There's no particular reason why. It's just like it was a little bit different.
So we're gonna challenge you a little bit and ask you also, who were your favorite people to work with?
Oh. Well, truly, I loved working with everybody that I was teamed up with. But I think Emil was really nice to work with, because he was just very excited about the pieces that I brought. As I worked with him on two of them, I believe, and he was just very excited about everything about the process, and very much, if I wanted a little bit of feedback, he was very willing to give it in the moment.
Well,
and it was very nice working with him, I think.
Shout out to Emil, he's gotten that quite a lot.
He has worked very hard, he deserves it.
Yeah, the whole 15 potions.
Yeah, it's a lot.
What about like in terms of writers? Did anyone like stick out for you?
Oh, in terms of writers, I think Yelhsa stuck out for me a lot for the Get Unfamiliar potion, because I don't know, it stuck out to me how much they cared about the potion, and how they like introduced me to the concept of like, maybe, because if I remember correctly, we were thinking about using a bottle for the concept of the potion initially, but then they were like, oh, this is like something that we would make for an animal, in this case a cat, so maybe a bowl of food would be more accurate. And I was like, oh, that's right, for sure. But they were excited about the bottles as well. I brought like a couple of concepts of like cat shaped bottles that were like, okay, maybe we can entertain this. We entertained the notion, but then finally went with the bowl. And I brought so many bowl concepts, because I was like, how do we want the bowl? How do we want the bowl to look like? And I was like, what if we had the concept that we had for the bottles, with the cat shaped bottles, and introduced like a cat into the bowl. So I had like a little shape of a cat in the bowl, because I thought it would look cute, and they loved it. And
it is so adorable. It is so adorable. Oh my gosh, it is perfect for the theme, for sure. And also, for any of those who are interested in like these thought processes and stuff, seeing like these concepts and all that, it's going to show up in the grimoire, which is our bonus PDF.
Oh
yeah, and like your whip, Cristina, of like when you were like trying to have the cat more in focus before, I think that's gonna show up too in the bonus PDF, eh?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. So if
Yeah.
you guys want to see the process and look at all the
Yelhsa, you want to ask the last question?
All right.
Last two?
So can you tell us, you kind of touched on this already, but why did you join this project?
Ooh, originally, like I said, I thought it was gonna be like a project more focused on fictional potions, and I was very interested in that. And I joined later because then I saw that we were gonna be working on original concepts and more like focused on everyday uses, and it very much drew me, and I was like very interested. And I was like, well, I want to try joining. Maybe we'll get lucky and I'll be able to join. And I'm so excited that I was. And we're very grateful. But yeah, it was very interesting concept and very novel and very unlike any other scenes that I've joined. And so is very, very much like a very driven like project, and so collaborative in a way that it brought so much creativity to the table, and everybody's so insanely talented and passionate about it, and I have loved working on it, and I love the final work of everybody.
Yeah, we're so blessed that you applied too, honestly. We're so happy to have you in this project. You brought so many awesome takes, you know, with your art and everything. Awesome.
Why, thank you.
And then we'll end this with the last one. Why do you think people should buy this cookbook?
Well, I think they should get it because there is so much variety of work in the cookbook itself, not only in the art pieces, but there is so much difference in the writing and how everybody has put their pieces to work. And they all, even though they are very different, it has come together in such a cohesive way, and it is so beautiful all together. And seeing it is just so good. It's just so majestic and so beautiful. Seeing how everything, even though every potion is different and every artist has a different style and every writer has a different style, but it works so well together. And seeing it is just very nice. And I think they should get it because I think they can find uses for potions that they maybe didn't think about. And not even just for using the potions, but just as a thing to have and just to explore the writing and see the art is a very nice book on its own and a very nice scene on its own. But if you want to explore the potions and stuff, you can actually make them in real life, and that is a very fun thing that not every cookbook that you get can buy, because there are many cookbooks that bring a lot of fictional recipes to the table, but maybe they are a little difficult or daunting to make. But here I think there are a couple, and if not many, potions that are very much you can make and just get a couple ingredients for the supermarket and go make it.
Yeah, definitely. Like the recipes, the ingredients, they're so accessible and just quick to do. Thank you so much for joining us, Cristina.
Thank you for having me.
Totally. Like, it was so fun talking with you. If you want now, like, you can have a little bit of space to talk about any like upcoming projects or current projects that you're working on that you want to let other people know.
Oh, well, I mean, coming projects, I am working on a collaborative project right now for a Critical Role. We are a bunch of artists are collaborating on a campaign 2 tarot deck, and we are working on it right now. and it will come up in the future. I don't think it's going to be very late into the year, but it will come up soon, and you can join our socials and see what we're making. You can join the Discord server for this project just as an observer and be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" and kind of see our process and see what you like about it. And also you can check out another project that is out already, but you can check out is the Taste PMV for Critical Role. It's just a video that we made for with Taste is a song that we made. A lot of artists collaborated on this and made a scene or two for the song, and we made a PMV, and it is out on YouTube.
Cool.
And also you can check, maybe if you're interested in that, you can check my Speedpaints for the 2 pieces that I made for that project on my own YouTube channel.
That is exciting. Oh my gosh. A lot of projects for Critical Role.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be definitely checking those out and joining the Discord server for sure.
Yeah. I'll leave a link later.
Oh, love
Yes. Awesome. And so ends our Cauldron Chat. Thank you so much for joining us again,
Thank
Cristina.
Thank you
I hope
for having me.
everyone. Yeah. I hope everyone enjoys this, and till next time. Bye.
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 Thank you so much for tuning in to Cauldron Chats. We greatly appreciate your support. If you haven't already, give this video a like and leave a comment on your thoughts and join in on the conversation with us. Subscribe to join the Brewbook Academy to see our future videos. We have a lot in store. Follow our socials or join our Discord server to get updates on what's going on with the Potions Brewbook. Pre-order the Potions Brewbook to get a cookbook filled with amazing potions, beautiful art, and wonderful writing, as well as some lovely merch to top it all off. All links are in the description down below. Have a wonderful day. Stay magical.